Forward here. So yeah, so I wanted to wrap up, and I'm glad you're on here too, Kim, because Kim and I finished the Ultimate Reset at the same time, and then Sue was 2 weeks before us. But I kind of wanted to wrap up like the after, especially after having a holiday. So what we were just talking about before I hit the record, is that I
Hi,
stayed
Lily.
off coffee. Hey, Lily, for I think it was 3 or 4 days. And then I had some later. So like I still was waking up in the morning, having my tea, no energized, working out, and then I would have some coffee at like maybe 10:30 or maybe 2:30 or whatever, it sounded good. And it really like it was funny. I thought maybe I would feel like a extra push, or like I tend to be sensitive with palpitations and stuff, but I noticed a little more energy. I did not necessarily notice like that I was jittery or that it was too much or that it felt weird, right? Because I was kind of worried about that too, because it talks about that in the book, that like maybe sometimes when you haven't been having it and then you introduce it again, like especially says alcohol can really affect you way more than it did pre-reset. So I haven't had that experience either. I didn't have anything too hardcore for alcohol over Thanksgiving either, but it also, I didn't feel any more incapacitated than I normally would with whatever I was drinking. So, okay. So real quick, just to wrap it up, and then I want to hear from, Kim and Sue to see how they are feeling about things. But like a week later, I weighed myself. So I don't weigh myself very often. I don't really care. And also I don't really want to know the number, because that can get in my head a little bit and I don't enjoy that. So I weighed myself, and my weight the Monday after Thanksgiving was the same as the Monday after the reset for me. So I was
Wow.
still down 8 pounds.
Wow.
And I ate whatever I wanted during Thanksgiving. I did not overeat, but I really legitimately, if I wanted something, I had it. And so I had meat. I had my husband made beef ribs. My son made crispy pork belly. So I mean, like I was throwing some meat at this, right? It wasn't like I went in there with salmon or something, chicken. And all of it was fine. The only time I felt a little bit blah was last Sunday. Jack made lasagna, and it was really cheesy, plus a bechamel sauce on it. And that I didn't feel so great after, but I also was starting to get a head cold. So but I also like, it felt really heavy in my stomach. So, I don't know, that it seems like, I'm still eating salads every day, which I thought I would have shoved those away so quickly when we were done, but like it sounds good. And I just finally tried the ginger miso dressing, and it was like, I can't believe I didn't make it earlier. It's so delicious. So if anybody hasn't made that off the book, it's so delicious. It's like this at the Japanese steakhouse.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. Super good. So all in all, I'm actually now like, I feel like I'm in this post reset high of like, oh, I'd totally do this again. Which is funny, because in week 2, if you'd asked me that, maybe even in week 3, I'd have been like, this is dumb.
Remember having that
like having a baby,
with
right?
you.
It's like after you have the baby and you're like, well, I could do this again. Yeah, I'll have another baby.
Well, I don't know how that feeling is, but I totally can do that again. Like January's coming around. I think there's some people that want to do it, and I might just do it with them, seriously, because
well, I'm still eating like most of week 1 and 2 type food. Like today I had a salad. I made I finally found a kabocha or whatever squash. So I made that last night with the garlic tahini sauce, and I had it with zucchini last night. And then I made this squash into a soup today for lunch with my salad. I just loved that recipe. I will say I like the acorn squash better than the kabocha squash. I didn't find it like it. I found it less flavorful and harder. It was kind of weird. But like I'm finding I'm not wanting meat. And so I actually have had to think about adding more protein in, because I do feel like I'm missing it a bit in my energy with and the fact that I'm adding the workouts back in. So I kind of have to strategize about that a bit more. Like tonight, we're going to have shrimp etouffee. So I'll get some more protein in with the shrimp, but yeah, I don't know. So where are you at, Sue? You're 3 weeks out, right?
Yeah, I think so. Weight wise, I think I've gained about 2 pounds since the end of the reset. I'm still eating pretty much the same as I was on the reset. However, some of the sweets are starting to sneak back in. So I think I need to rein those in before they get out of hand.
Yeah.
I'm not going crazy. So it's not like I'm eating like an entire bowl of it, but I find myself going, that chocolate looks really good. So yeah, so I think I need to pull that back in. Like I said earlier, I took Energize for the first time yesterday, and I was like, wow, that was really cool.
I know I need to do it. I think maybe on Monday I'll start it back again.
Yeah. I have noticed coffee does give me like not full on heartburn, but I do think that coffee kind of upsets my stomach. So I probably need to back off that. And for Thanksgiving, I noticed some of the foods that I ate really gave me upset stomach.
Interesting. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's so obvious. And when we go through this thing that Autumn's putting together, that's what happens, right? Things that upset your body or you have a sensitivity to or just aren't going well will be so obvious when they've been taken out and then added back in. So
yeah. So, but otherwise, I still feel pretty good. So
good.
Yeah.
All right, Kim, how about you? Where are you at?
Well, I have not gotten on the scale since after I weighed in, but my clothes are still feeling loose, which is nice. I do need to get back on the scale. I did have a margarita the next day and tacos. And so I guess the only meat I've had is tacos, I think. But I wasn't a huge meat eater before. But like I did enjoy a piece of French bread today, which was nice. And, I'm trying not to go back to the energized schedule that I had before. So I really like the feeling of the reset that I wasn't like a slave to cravings. Like I felt like before that, I was just like, oh my God, I need something sweet, or I need something salty, or I need something creamy or whatever. Like I felt like I was just thinking about food all the time. And the reset really helped break that for me. And like now I still feel the urge to have energized so many times a day, but I'm like, I don't really need that. I didn't have it and it was fine before. And I bought myself some hydrate to see if I could kind of that in instead of doing this as much energize as I was doing. So last time I did the reset, I didn't gain weight right away for a long time, like for months. Like I don't think I really, so in that way, I felt like it really did help my digestion and help my organs, like clean. So it really did do something good for them because I felt like they were more efficient and working better, even when I started eating things that weren't on the reset diet. So
yeah, I do feel like I still need less food. Like I'm feeling satisfied with less than I would have eaten prior to the reset.
It helps me identify whether I'm hungry or whether I'm just choosing to eat because I have some other craving for it. So more of a stress craving, but I do find we're still eating a lot of squash. But I did ditch the salads, although I had one today. I was like, I'm done with salads for a little bit. So.
Yeah, I still can't believe I had one. I have one every day. I'm like, I'm shocked by it, but I'm like, they still taste good. And I'm like, I'm okay. I'll do. And I have been having mostly fruit in the morning. This morning, I actually had brown rice with the seaweed. Well, she called in the book, it's called nori goromasio. At Trader Joe's, it's a little thing called furitaki, and I highly recommend it. It's seaweed, sesame seeds, and some salt, and it's amazing in brown rice and with a little bit of sesame oil. So that's one of the snacks you can have in week 3. And like as soon as I started having that in week 3, I was like, oh yeah, I can and now I have it almost every day because I love it so much. And I don't know, there's something really satisfying about it, but it's yeah, I'm just shocked that like
The
I'm
pumpkin-
still in the routine.
I feel like pumpkin seeds, like I'm gonna keep buying those $17 bag of pumpkin seeds.
Seriously.
They're that much for you?
I didn't realize it till I got to the checkout and I was like, oh my God. I
Yep.
My God.
$17 on, it was a
Wow.
pretty bag, but it was super delicious. And it was a lot of servings because you only eat like a third of a cup or whatever. but
Yeah.
Mhm.
quarter
I think
cup.
that's the hard part I'm going to have right now too, is transitioning from all the fats and
Yeah.
going back into a portion fix. Cause you get so much fat and it's so good.
I'm thinking I
Oh,
would
that's
rather
right.
do reset again than do that thing with Autumn. I'm like, that's it for me. I think I'm out of portion fix. Like, I think
Yeah,
that's not gonna work for me anymore
Yeah.
with this.
that's right. We have to switch back over to portion fix Monday, don't we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll be doing to be mindset, so I don't have to, I can accessorize a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Well, good. Yeah. So, and I don't know if I knew this last, oh, no, because we had Thanksgiving, so we didn't have a call last week. The Ultimate Reset pack will be on sale on December 28th, 10% off through January something early, like maybe the 4th or 5th or something in that range. It's like a week.
11. It's
11? Okay.
Yeah, I looked
So
at,
it's
I
like
almost
a week,
looked at it on
2 weeks.
calendar. Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's-
2 weeks, it'll be 10% off. There will be a bunch of people starting in January. I know I have 3 people that are looking at it right now to start in January. And I would love to be in the group just to see everybody doing
Mhm.
it and enjoying
So
it.
we should talk about that on our Monday calls
Yeah,
because
definitely.
how we want to have everybody, because I love the idea that we had that thread going and people were
Yes.
posting what they were eating, how they felt, what changed, what didn't, that kind of thing. That really helped.
Immensely. Yeah, I
Mhm.
highly recommend if you ever go into this, do it when a group does it because it was so and Kim and I started 2 weeks after a bunch of people started and it was so great to watch you guys go through it because then I could kind of hone in on the things that I knew might be things for me, right? Whether it was foods or feeling a certain way, like the fact that they all went through week 1 and I knew then that week 1 I was just going to be tired and not feel great. So it wasn't surprising. It wasn't one of those mindsets where I felt like, oh, I should quit because I'm not feeling good. I knew it was part of the process. And then you come out of that in week 2 but having everybody do it was so fun.
Yeah.
Definitely different.
I think Wendy and Mariana are doing it.
They are for
They are.
sure. Yeah. And then I think all of us have a few people since talking about it so much over the last month that will probably, and with the sale, probably join in. I mean, and if we do end up doing a diet bet, what a great way to do that because you'll for sure win your money back there.
Yeah.
You follow the reset plan. Because Kim, you were like the slim down, weren't you? During the reset?
They don't let you do the reset on the.
Oh, well, that's why, right? Because you're gonna
Oh.
win your money back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
On that one, yeah. So I think I might have gotten some money for that one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Think-
let's get.
I think I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna work out.
That's
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I'm gonna
You'll be
still do
fine.
job 1. So
Mhm.
but I think I'm gonna do it, but but I'll continue to work out and I'll probably have to add extra protein in. So I'll have to do my version of it, I guess.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know about the adding extra protein in. I would try to work out with and doing the food they do. Because adding the extra protein in, you're not giving your digestion even like it wouldn't even, I guess in my opinion, wouldn't be worth going through all the supplementation and all the work of all the things. Because it's really not going to be the same. Because I mean, you pretty much take the protein out.
Right. So maybe, Lily, maybe you need to add like an extra cup of vegetables or an extra cup of fruit just to help with the workout.
And adding the
Yeah.
carbs,
Mhm.
adding in the grains in week
Right.
3 will help.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
I-
don't know that I'd keep the proteins because then it's really not the same idea.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, there's protein in your veggies too, so
Correct.
you're
And you
you're
get
getting
beans.
protein there.
into
Yeah,
week
and
2.
beans.
Yep.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Yes, that's
And-
what I
and
meant,
quinoa,
like
and a
beans, like
quinoa.
Mhm.
not meat, but veggies that would give me
A
more
little
protein.
extra protein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
Because
you,
maybe you'll
you could,
just, pick the meals that have those things
Right.
with it versus more veggie or squash or whatever.
Yeah.
and you can plan to have Shakeology as
Yes.
your snack.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only mixing it with water, but at least you're getting the nutrients from that as
You're
well.
mixing
So
it
that,
with fats too. I mean,
correct.
and I will
can do-
say the blueberry with the flaxseed and vanilla Shakeology was my like dream. It was so good. It was so good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And strawberry avocado with the vanilla was and then there was it was a strawberry Shakeology with the avocado and cinnamon, and it was amazing. I'm like, I would never even thought of putting that together.
I had the avocado and cookies and cream and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Kim, I think you got me hooked on that. I've been drinking with avocado now. It is so dang good.
So I started,
Makes it super creamy.
I started
Yes.
doing vanilla with some walnuts, maple extract, and water and ice. So it's just so that vanilla, and it's like a maple bar. It's just, oh my God, it's so good.
I love using extracts in my Shakeology.
Yeah,
I use them quite a bit, actually.
it's yummy.
So.
All right, well, let's talk about post-holiday. How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
Pretty good.
How do you feel about your Thanksgiving? Like, do you feel like you went overboard, or do you feel like you stuck to how you expected to handle Thanksgiving?
I stuck to to how I thought it was going to be. Though what I found is instead of having like breakfast, lunch, dinner, I was grazing a little bit. So
Yeah.
I think that's what really caused me a little distress on Saturday, especially, is the table was there and it had all the stuff on it. And I would walk past it and just graze. And it may have been something good, but I think I was overeating. Other than that, I mean, I stuck to my plan.
How about you, Kathy? How was it?
Pretty good. We went out to eat. I thought we wouldn't have leftovers, but we did. And since I didn't think we were going to have leftovers and my daughter was going to be here all weekend, I had bought in the store all kinds of Thanksgiving food. So we'd have something to eat all weekend. So we did. We had something to eat all weekend, and I didn't stuff myself. I ate what I wanted, and I felt okay leaving the table. Usually,
Good. That's good.
yeah, usually you can't walk when you leave the table.
Right? Yeah.
So,
My brother-in-law weighed himself before and after Thanksgiving one year, and it was 8 pounds he gained at the table.
whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
Yeah.
He ate
Yeah.
a
It was
lot.
ridiculous.
Wow.
But it probably came off fast. It was probably a lot of
I'm
water.
sure. I'm sure he was, in the restroom a
And to
lot. the
clinch
next
it
few
after,
days.
I started Tuesday with my old trainer. So I didn't start last week on purpose because I knew I was going to eat. So it's like, why bother? So I was with him Tuesday and today. So we'll be doing twice a week with him. And he said, I haven't trained with him in years. And he said, I'm still pretty strong. I didn't lose too much of the strength. So I must have been doing good at home with all these workouts.
Well, yeah, you've been working out with Autumn a lot, so
Yeah,
she keeps you strong.
yeah. So it's been good. It's been good.
So when I was thinking with our post-holiday talk too, is I feel like this is kind of a good time for a lessons learned a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, because we have another one. Christmas is coming up. And one of the things that this kind of reminded me of, especially with our new program starting today and, coming out for customers on the 16th, is having something to look forward to after the holiday is really important. So like I knew Thanksgiving was coming, and then after Thanksgiving, I'm going to start a new program. And you could do the same thing at Christmas, like planning ahead that your mindset is in a place where you're going to start something continue something, commit to something, whatever phrase and, way you want to talk about it, but that there is something you're going to do after that holiday and everything's in place for it. So that, when you get past the holiday, it's not like you're like, maybe I'm not going to do that. You want to like already have everything, set in place so that that's the plan and that you have something to go to after. Cause I think that's where we, have some shortcomings, right? Like you get into this holiday, it's a different set of circumstances. You start eating differently. Maybe your workout routine is a little off. And then you're kind of like, well, I can just wait one more day to start, or I'll just push it to next Monday. I don't want to start it this week. I'll start it next week. But when you have something in place and you have a plan and everything's geared toward that thing happening, and maybe you've told some people you're going to start something, that's another great way to get things going, is having some accountability. Obviously, that's why we have a lot of our groups and the activities in our groups, so that you have something to hold yourself to it. If you said you're going to do it, you need to do it. And starting with that plan the way it was intended before the holiday, right? Knowing what you planned and then not delaying it anymore. So now is a good time to really start thinking about what are you going to do the day after Christmas, right? Whatever, I don't even know what day Christmas is on. Let's say it's on Friday.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay. So what are you going to do on Monday, the 27th?
Actually, you have to make it after New Year's.
Workout.
don't you?
No, you don't. You don't.
No?
You do
No?
not. No, you do
No.
not. That you can start on the Monday, the 27th. You can start on Monday, the 20th, or Sunday, the 26th. That's the thing. You can't keep delaying it, right? It's kind of the same way we talk about with food. It's only a meal that you may have binged on or screwed up on or whatever you want to call it. The next meal is a whole, world of possibility. It can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be the same as the pizza and
But
beer.
like I said in that post that you put up, Christmas is not one day. You have parties all along. So it's
I
like,
don't know. I don't. Like, I don't have parties all month.
I do, but I still work out every day. Doesn't matter whether
Yeah.
it's Christmas or New
like I have
Year's
a
or.
party this Sunday that like just got thrown in there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do the meal prep, and I'm gonna eat the turkey chili before I go. Because I
Right.
don't know what they're having there.
Yep.
and I
See,
don't
that's a
wanna-
great plan. You're
Yeah.
gonna have, and you'll have food then that's also ready for Monday. So you already have stuff in place where you don't have to stay in whatever you wanted to eat on Sunday night or whatever they had at the party. You can go into your regular food on
Mhm.
Monday.
Yeah.
But so, it's only a couple hours. Even if you had a party every 4 days, it's still only one meal time.
Yeah, that's true.
It is not you can still have a great breakfast, lunch, and then have your party and then resume for the next 4 days. And you'll be totally fine. Like that isn't enough to throw you off. It's
Mhm.
what did you do after that party? What did you do leading up to the party? If you're, not eating before you go, then you'll
Yeah.
tend to eat more while you're there. If you say, it's this month, I'm just not going to pay attention to anything. You know what I mean? Then that's
Yeah,
the way the
right.
month's going to go.
And it was.
So
But then my Christmas is hard because it's not one day. On the 23rd, we have to drive up to my daughter in Connecticut, sleep there. Then we drive up to Boston on the Friday, and we'll be there with my cousins for 3 days. So I'm out of my element.
yeah,
with
you could
food.
offer to make some food while you're at your cousin's. So you can bring some dishes you can eat. You can offer to contribute so that you have something that will help you through that time, depending on how they cook.
Yeah.
You can opt to
and-
go for a long walk or a hike or go see something new that is active.
Then Sunday, we drive home to Connecticut to my daughter. Monday, we drive home here. Then we have Tuesday, then Wednesday, we're going into the city to meet. It's like, then it's over after that.
Yeah, I
That Kathy, that's one of the reasons why I was just talking with one of my customers earlier today. That's why I work out in the morning, because I make sure it gets done before
Yeah.
my day starts. Otherwise, if I go to a party or I have lots of other things going on in my day, my workout doesn't get done. Everything else takes over in my life and it just doesn't get done. So that's why I work out in the morning, because I always get it done that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are pieces you can stay consistent with, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of where you are, you can always go for a walk somewhere.
Mhm.
So you just make sure you're adding in some piece of consistency through that time, because then when you get back, you've still kept like the pieces you want to keep, right? So it's
Right.
simpler to go back to them when you return to your home. And in that 3 days, you may or may not, gain some weight, but in 3 more days after that, you can take it back off again. It's not like that has to stay there or it's permanent or it's even
Yeah.
actual weight gain. It could just be water retention. And you really focus on a few things, right? Moving your body, eating as many vegetables as you can get your hands on during the time with whatever other foods you want to eat, dessert, whatever you want to have, right? Just make sure you throw a bunch of veggies on there and drink your water. And you'll be fine.
Mhm.
I think Autumn had this suggestion in one of her videos, but one of the things that we do, like I know we have a couple dinners out that we're going to restaurants. I've already looked at the menus on at those restaurants, and I already know what I'm going to order before I even step foot in there, because I don't want to look at the menu, because then something else might,
Catch her eye.
catch
Yes,
my
that's a
eye.
great one. Yeah.
That may not be as healthy, or the portions might be too big, or whatever the case is. So I already know what I'm going to order for a dinner that we're going to in 3 weeks. So that's kind of my way of trying to stay on track. Is it may not be the normal food I eat, but it's the healthiest I can choose for that meal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're actually going Christmas caroling in, it's 3 weeks, but actually in 2 weeks, we have a birthday party. And then the next weekend, then we have Christmas caroling, and there's usually hot chocolate and cookies and stuff. And honestly, I do everything, like I eat normal, like the way I would normally eat the rest of the day and the rest of the week. And I actually plan for that time to not care.
Yes.
To, like,
Yes.
I'm going to eat whatever cookies and whatever cocoa and whatever adult beverages or whatever. I'm going to eat it and I'm not going to care. And then the next day, it's back to regularly scheduled programming for me.
Yes. And I think that matters so, so much, because if you stress yourself out with whatever cookie you had, that's just going to create more burden on you. And then it's like, it's harder to go back to a regular schedule. It's like you just keep, coming at yourself. Yeah. Like we're going to Zoo Lights next week and I am having an elephant ear. But I don't care, right? I don't care if I haven't had sugar for a long time. I'm having an elephant ear. We're going to be at the zoo. And you just
What's an elephant ear?
it's a fried bread with cinnamon and sugar, and it's giant. It's like this
Wow.
bigger than a plate.
Wow.
And so
butter and lots of butter.
Yeah, probably, or just whatever oil they're putting on it. Yeah. But it's like, that's what I love about how it is all in moderation. It is just like, enjoy yourself at that party. And I think the things that you find too, that maybe in the past you connected with a food or like you had to have things. And I think the more you relax about it, then you go to these parties and you're like, I don't have to have that. And it's totally fine. And you don't feel like you've missed anything, because it wasn't that thing that was important. It was like this need to kind of, I don't know, sometimes it's a need to please people eating their food. Sometimes it's a need to like feel like you're going to miss out on a food if you don't have it. But like, even like Halloween was a great example. I didn't have a single candy bar, because it's like, I kind of remember that they're not really as good as I remember. And I was like, it didn't really matter. You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay with the fact that, it's fine. But like this elephant ear, I want to have it. I don't, you know what I mean? So you kind of have to pick and choose what those things are, but in a way that you're, I guess, more relaxed about it, so that it's not a big deal. Because I think the more we emotionally tie to food and like
Mm.
that the food has the power, it
Yeah.
has the power. But we have the power.
And when you let yourself have it, you're not cheating. Because
No,
if
no.
you have it and you think you're cheating, that's when it's hard to get back on. You figure I blew it anyway, I might as well just blow the
Exactly.
rest of the day.
Yep. Have it, enjoy it, and move on. Because that one thing isn't going to be the thing.
Own it.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I had way too much champagne on, or just enough champagne, however you look at it, on
You
Thanksgiving.
had the right amount of champagne
and-
for whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah, and the next day, and on Thanksgiving, I did not drink enough water. Because I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I did not drink enough water. That was not good. So on Friday, I had lots of water and lots of champagne, but
And
it
your
was a
water
choice.
and your champagne this time.
Yeah, yeah. Except I had my Starbucks cup, which is 24 ounces. So I finished a glass of champagne and then I would finish my water. And then
Nice.
I would go back
Yeah.
to. So
Which is another great tip, right?
Yes.
Always have the water with the alcohol.
yeah, but again, it's just it's a choice. I know that my family loves champagne, and so I'm gonna enjoy it and have fun with him, and that's just that's, and then I get right back on it. I mean, I had veggies and
Good.
chicken and leftover Thanksgiving, but I didn't have the mashed potatoes and I didn't have the bread and all the fatty stuff that I had on Thanksgiving. So
Mhm. Lily, you look so cute with that hat.
thanks. It's pouring rain here and just nasty. So
Oh,
Oh, we didn't get it. It's like clear and nice here.
I know my brother sent me an amazing picture of his sunset in Hood River, and I was like, really? I can see dark black sky with pouring rain. Thanks.
Yeah. Hood
yeah.
River is gorgeous.
Oh, it is. He's always sending me these pictures, and it's just amazing.
You don't need
This
that.
was his sky. You can see it. Oh, you
I
can't
think
see
it's
it.
blurring
Yeah.
out.
You can't see it.
No.
It's like orange and orange and orange and orange and orange.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did we miss? Did we miss any other? Hey, Kelly,
Hi, Kelly.
what did we miss for any other tips or tricks or mindset, kind of things that you use post holiday to ensure you're, back on?
Hey there, sorry, I'm gonna turn off my camera. Y'all can't see me anyway.
Okay. Yeah, eat the veggies. And Lily said a small plate. I love the small plate. I do that a lot in general for meals. Plus, like when I do the fruit every morning, I pick it's not the smallest plate we have, but it's kind of like, it's definitely smaller than a dinner plate. And it's just like stacked. And I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of food.
Tricks your mind.
Yeah. Yes, don't sit by the food.
Don't sit by the food at the
Absolutely.
party. Yep.
Absolutely.
And keep your hands busy with your water.
There you go. Or champagne and water, and then you can't grab any food.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm sure there's a picture floating around of Lily with one in each
Right?
hand.
Right? Yeah, we should see one of those.
I know.
Actually, yes, except it wasn't champagne. It was a blue Chelan, which is that drink that my husband came up with, and water.
Oh,
Okay.
So, and
A
it's-
blue
yeah.
Chelan. I know about Chelan. What's in that thing?
It's like blue curacao and some other stuff in it,
Okay.
but
All right.
blue curacao makes it all pretty, like a martini. Yeah. It's just basically alcohol, but blue.
Yes.
yeah.
So start thinking now about what you're gonna do after Christmas. I believe will we be finished with job one, or we'll still have one more week?
Well,
We'll
one more
have
week.
one
One
more
more
week,
week.
yeah.
So we will be finishing the program. So I know that will be a big deal because I'm not going to stop through the holidays. It'll be, you just stick to the calendar. That's the nice thing about a new program, I think, is when you've already done one, I think sometimes you feel like, well, I've done that one and I can, fudge the calendar a little bit. But when it's new and all of us are starting on the same day, and you know somebody else is going to be like getting their workout done and you don't want to be a day behind. And so we're going to make sure that that 20 minutes happens and it gets done. And it's only 20 minutes. I know how many times I said that in my video today in the group, but it's 20 minutes, right? 20
Mhm.
minutes.
That's
And I
great
don't know
this
if we
time of year.
realize that we're actually ending, what is it, New Year's Day?
Oh, are we?
So will,
Oh, that's
so will
fun.
we end on Saturday or Sunday? So
No,
it's either New
Friday.
Year's
We end on
Day.
Friday.
Oh, the last one's Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, so then we end on New Year's Eve. The
Oh,
31st.
fun. And then we can
Yeah.
start something new on
And you can
Monday.
celebrate.
Now
We
we're
can
starting round two.
That is
Yeah.
fun. I
Monday.
like that. Yeah.
Then
I
we'll
like
start
that.
round 2 on Monday. There we go. So we've already got our plan. Yay.
There we go. We're all set. I love it.
I have a question. So did that program already start? Sorry, I've been so consumed with crazy stuff right now that I don't even know what's going on.
It came out today. Yeah, I bought it yesterday, but today it came out today. And
Okay.
we're starting on Monday, coaches and preferred customers. And then there'll be a customer group starting on the 16th.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, or the Monday after the 16th, whatever that day is. But 16th, it's available to customers. Today, it's available to coaches and preferred customers. So does anyone have any food labels or anything you want to discuss?
I don't have labels, but I heard you say that the Kaboka squash sucked. And
Well,
so
it just it didn't suck. It was just harder and not as flavorful to me as the acorn.
well, acorn has way less flavor than Kaboka. So I'm gonna say that either had a bag Kaboka or maybe
Maybe. Yeah.
cook it long enough.
I
But
cooked it. So
I-
in the recipe thing, it says to cook it for 30, and I bet I was closer to an hour. And the center, so I did the wedges, right?
Yeah,
The center was totally done, but
Yeah.
the edges were still a little hard.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't hard to bite into. It was just really firm, I should say.
Yeah. this is like generally speaking, it's soft. I mean, when you get it to where it's done, if you say you don't still have the skin on it, it practically mushes while you're stirring it around.
Okay. Yeah, no, I did not have that happening.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen for mine either. Mine was kind of,
Are you
Pasty.
sure you had a Kaboka?
I ordered it from Amazon.
No, I mean Beverly, maybe.
Oh yeah. They're the Buttercup and Kabokas are the same thing. I still have some in my basement right now. So
Huh.
yeah, I stockpile
So-
them every
So
fall.
did they not cook it long enough, or do you think it was a bad one?
I cooked mine for almost an hour. So
Yeah. No, well, at what temperature? What temperature is that?
400. And then I did it even on
Okay.
convection later to help it along a little bit more
Mhm.
for the last 15 minutes.
I don't know. That might dry it out.
It was fine. It wasn't dry. It wasn't dry in it. That's after I put the sauce on it. So it was,
Well, so I cook it at 425 at the lowest.
okay. Well, maybe I'll have to try that
but
next
yeah.
time, or I'll just go back to I still want to try the delicata though, that where you
Oh,
can eat the skin.
yeah.
Because I
So
haven't tried
good.
that one either. I've never been much of a squash fan, but I really do like the soup the next day. So I still have 2 more wedges that I can whip into a soup.
And that soup is amazing. I
It
mean,
is.
I know with the Kaboka it is. I see our family didn't really care for acorns. Please do not buy acorns. And accidentally Scott picked up an acorn thinking it was, actually he picked up a carnival, which they're not good either.
Okay. Good to know.
I mean,
We should have you do a video on all the squash.
I wish they
Give us
just,
the name,
Yeah.
how,
I haven't
how you
even
rate
heard of
it.
some of this.
they did
It's a squash.
have them this year. They had seriously, the only delicata squash we got this year was what Scott found in one store after looking. I mean, we were looking for, the entire squash season here. So it's basically a month and a half, 2 months. And he only found it in one store. And it was right towards the end of the season. And there were only 3 squashes left. And that was
That's
it.
so weird.
But
Yeah, we had it all over in our grocery store. It's still in the grocery stores.
No, we can't get anything other than, I mean, we can always get spaghetti squash. We can always get butternut squash. They're there all the time. And pretty much acorn is there all the time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are normal ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe consumers in your area just aren't going for the delicatas, so they just don't bring it in.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Because
need
I
to
mean,
start a campaign in your town to make
so
sure people know
that-
about delicata.
that goes all over St. Louis, Illinois. I mean, he goes to a lot of different places, and he goes to like one of the places that he works in is a more high-end grocery store. So yeah, and they do, and they bring it in for just the short period of time, Lily. They have, I mean, like it's literally they order them and they get shipped what they get shipped, and that's it. There's
Hmm.
nothing more about it. But yeah, so he was looking for, yeah, every time he would go into the different grocery stores when he was working, and he would look at the squash because yeah, we stock up every single fall so that we can have them, because they will last as long as they don't have any Mars on them. They will last for months.
Oh
in
yeah, we have
a cold,
Dave's
like,
uncle grows
cold dark-
butternut squash, and we'll have them till spring, and they'll be fine.
Yeah. Well,
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they
as long as you keep them in a
are.
cool, dry place, it's
Yes.
good.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
They're sitting
And-
in our garage.
yeah, if one starts to go bad, you need to get it out, or else it can start making the others go bad. That's the only downside, because it's like if you're not paying attention and
Yeah.
one starts to turn, it's like, because they're actually not supposed to, like, I know no, all of them, they're not supposed to touch.
Oh,
So I don't know that butternuts are as finicky as some of the others. I don't know.
yeah, maybe not.
Spaghetti squash definitely aren't. I feel like they last forever too.
Yeah, they're gonna
dry.
last through a nuclear war probably.
I don't know. They kind of get dry. I've
You-
had one dry before. Like, it's like, what happened? But I usually pressure cook mine, so it's not a big deal. Like, it re-moistens itself. I hate that
Yeah.
word, but
Oh, what did you say about
Oh,
jicama, Kim?
hey,
Ask Sue. Sue knows how to store.
Oh, it
jicama.
does. Yeah,
I couldn't figure out jicama. I kept.
I leave it on my counter, and
Yeah, I
that's how
tried
I
that.
get it to not be slimy.
It wasn't slimy, but I still got mold on it. Like, so I don't know how long do they just not last?
Well,
very
I
long?
just cut that, like, so say I leave the skin on, right? And I just, I cut the thin layer off each day, and then I cut a section and I use it, and then
Mhm.
cut a thin layer off. But Sue had brought up that you can stick them in water. And it'll
Celery?
stay good for a long
No,
time.
the jicama,
Jicama.
but you can do it with celery too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
you
cut
can
it
do
all
that.
up, cut up all
Yeah.
your jicama, and like you could cut it in big chunks, and then just fresh cut what you want that day, but then leave it in water.
Oh, good
Mhm.
idea. Okay, thank you. Because I love that, but I couldn't figure out. it
Yeah,
kinda
it's a pain to
freaked me
try to
out.
keep. Yeah, I've been noticing that too.
Do you eat it raw or cooked jicama?
Raw.
Raw.
I mean,
I
I've
thought-
heard people do them in the jicama fries, but I don't know how that would be. I've done turnip fries, and I like that.
rutabaga.
Where are they in the store? Are they
Yeah.
with fruit or are they with vegetables?
They're with the vegetables, and mine are usually by where like the peppers are. And they're like in a smaller box where like if you've got serranos and jalapenos and things like that, they're kind of over in that area because they don't get watered usually.
And the mushrooms, they're usually by the mushrooms.
Mine
Yeah,
are
and they're just like some
onion.
stores have giant ones and some of them have like more small sizes, which is nice because you don't need a big one unless you're really feeding a lot of people.
Mhm.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's the other thing. Mine were like this big. Mine were huge. Yeah.
heck?
It looks like a weird potato.
Yeah,
She's-
I mean,
Kathy, she's holding one up.
literally,
Let me
Hold on.
see it, Beverly.
I'll get it. Hold on. Let me take it out of the bag. But I get them and they have them. That's where they keep them, is over next to the potatoes. And we do cut ours up because we actually prep our salads for the week ahead. I say we, that's so funny. Scott does it. He builds salads. I don't do them anymore. I've gone through that stage, but he does that. So here you go. This is, let me just
We're on a roller
Well,
coaster.
smash you onto my chest. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it looks
actually,
like a big
this one-
potato.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
a circular potato look. And it and the
Okay.
skin is kind of similar. It's you
Do
know,
you take the skin off?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to eat it.
No.
And it should be moist inside. Like it should when you
Mhm.
bite into, because I have gotten one that was not like it was old and it was already dried out and it was just so fibrous. When you bite into it, it should be like refreshing, like a good carrot or celery where you have, you know, some moisture and it's crispy.
Yeah, like an apple. My
Yeah,
son
that
said
Not
like,
chewy. It
It's
should
like
be
an
not
apple.
chewy,
chewy.
not super fibery like you're chewing on a
How do
potato
you
or
know
something.
if it's ripe or not? What's it
oh yeah,
supposed to
no,
feel
that's
like?
hard.
It
So-
should be heavy.
Yes, heavy.
So that's how you know the moisture is there, but there isn't really like a ripeness. It's
Mm-mm.
more that it should be heavy.
Okay.
When you
Make
hold
sure it
So it's
doesn't
always
have, like-
hard like an apple? It's not
hard,
soft like a
hard
peach.
and heavy. Yeah.
Okay.
and make sure it doesn't have like sunken in pits. Cause
Yeah.
like they don't always get, I don't know, some places don't, well, often a lot of places I've seen, they don't take out the ones that start going bad and they'll start to get moldy or they'll start to have like sunken in like divots because literally the moisture's like just going away.
Okay.
And that's what keeps them clumpy and well, I mean, plus all the fiber. I mean, they're very dense. They're extremely
Yeah.
dense.
Yeah. Super good with
Mhm.
lime and chili powder. Like if you're, you know, if you have a summer salad, you can mix it with cucumber. And then we did a salad in the meal prep. What was that? Pineapple, jicama, and was it cucumber? And avocado and chicken? Or was there jicama in it?
There's an avocado jicama one in the
Reset. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of, it's really, and I have really been enjoying it in the salads. It's a great addition to it because it's just, it doesn't taste like much. So it tastes like whatever you're going to put on it. We have a Mexican restaurant not far that does it with the chili powder and lime
Oh,
juice, and it's really
That's in the
delicious.
bathroom, isn't he? You need to go tell him. Oh, I'm like not muted.
You're not, it's okay. We'll listen in.
Sure.
You're gonna go shower?
Yeah, I'll go shower. Sorry, Bev.
All good.
It's only recorded. It's good. Oh,
So
oh, Lily,
recorded?
there you go.
Oh, what do you
Yeah.
have?
Egg
So
wraps.
These are, yeah, and they're different than the ones that I had before. So this is a different brand and they say cauliflower wraps, but the first several ingredients are eggs. So cage-free egg white, cage-free egg whole, cauliflower powder, olive oil, sea salt, xanthan gum, spices, and citric acid. And that's it.
Yeah, so your
Um,
cauliflower powder won't count toward anything green, but it sounds like it's gonna be a protein anyway. With
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah, so one wrap is 30 calories. It's 1.5 grams of fat, 95 sodium, 0 carbs, 0 fiber, and 3 protein.
So,
It's not even, I mean, it's not very much protein at all, but it's only 30 calories. And I would probably have 2 of them so that they don't rip.
yeah.
So
So,
it'd be,
and you wouldn't even be at a whole egg with 2 of them.
I doubt
I
it.
think a whole egg's like 90 calories. Is that right?
So that would be 3. So if you had 3 of them then.
Yeah. Well, and a whole, like one serving of egg whites for a protein is 8 egg whites. Yeah. So you're kind of a partial, you're almost like if you have 1, you're kind of almost a freebie.
But if you had 2, like a half of red, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, but you're not getting very much protein for that half a red. You're only getting 6 grams, and you want between 12 and 20 grams for a red. So you'd be at that low end of that red. So it wouldn't be a great source, but yeah,
Maybe like a fourth of a red.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I was curious because
But then you might be getting into a teaspoon too.
Wrap it around an egg
fat.
salad and then you'll get the protein.
There you go.
That's what I usually do. I usually wrap it around, yeah, some type of burrito, like turkey meat and greens or something like that. Is usually what I do. You can also make like a scrambled egg, like breakfast burrito with it. It's really good. So scrambled eggs and veggies and then wrap it in that. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, I mean, if you use two, you just kind of add it into it. You know what I mean? I don't, if you already have a protein source in it.
yeah, it just didn't seem like very many calories or very many fat or anything. I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah. I mean, the fat compared to the protein grams though isn't insignificant. I mean, it's not very many calories. It's only 30 calories a wrap, but yeah.
You guys, I have to run, but thank you very,
Good to
very
see you,
much.
Kim.
Good to see
Wait,
you.
before you leave, let's take
Oh,
a
we should take a
picture.
picture. Yeah. Kelly,
okay.
Kelly and Bev, can you come on?
Ellie, are you there? Good.
There she is.
There she is. Okay.
And
Oh.
geez,
Put
don't get
gas
a
in my
car
heart.
accident. Okay. All right. Everybody smile real quick. Jeez. All right. Thank you.
Say
See you later,
reset.
Kim.
All right. Bye, Kim.
Okay.
Bye, Kim.
All right. Is there any other labels? Anything anyone wants to talk about next week? We could go through some of the job one. Well, it's portion fixer, to be mindset. I don't think she has anything specific for job one, but we could talk about the nutrition plans in general.
That'd be good.
Or anything else.
Refresher.
Yeah. Or if there's
Just
something.
how to get through the holidays without eating all the sweets and drinking all the eggnog and.
Yeah, the eggnog.
Well, don't buy it. And
Nope, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, there's an eggnog recipe. Did you guys see the eggnog recipe? I like posted it in my it's in my group right now.
Where
where
did you
is
get
that?
it from?
It's I think it's a fixate recipe or
look.
On the
Let me
blog or
see.
something?
let me see. Hold on. Let me go check.
I usually buy the coconut eggnog, so it's not like full fat and it doesn't.
Well, it's almonds based. I can
or
tell you that.
almond milk, yeah.
So basically, okay, it's 4 cups raw almonds, filtered water for soaking almonds, 6 cups filtered water. Okay. A third a cup pure maple syrup, a quarter cup raw almond butter, 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of rum extract, or to taste, optional. 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon ground nutmeg, 1 dash ground cloves.
Okay, yeah, I found it. I'll put it in the group under the recording too.
Yeah, it's a yellow and 2 teaspoons.
It's a 9-hour prep time, so we will not be making this on Sunday.
Well, but
Because
it's
it's gotta soak.
probably, yeah, it's probably because of almonds.
Yeah, you gotta
probably
use
have to-
almond milk, so it's gotta soak.
Yeah. So, I mean, if the almonds were already soaked, then that's how usually those things are.
Yeah, that sounds good though.
That does sound good.
Mm.
Is that
And
on
then
the
I-
blog?
It is. Yep, I'll put it in the thing too. It is on the blog.
I do know that homemade eggnog with rum is very yummy because I have made that before, but I did not make that recipe.
Right.
That was
Yeah.
before I knew about healthy things.
Yeah.
In your other life.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sunday we will have meal prep. I'll have the shopping list out tonight for coaches tomorrow in the group. And it's gonna be the cranberry crunch or cranberry, what are they called? Cranberry
Crumble.
crumble.
Wasn't
Thank
it
you. I'm
cranberry
like, what is
crumble?
that word?
Mhm.
And it starts with a C.
Yeah.
Those sound really good to me. And it's funny, I made our cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. So I put it in the freezer because I had a ton of it. And I think I'm just going to use that as my middle because it looks like it's almost the same thing. It's orange juice, it's cranberries, and I boiled it all down and blended it. So I think it'll be really good in there. Easy turkey chili. If you are not a sweet potato fan like me, I didn't eat a single sweet potato on the reset.
You
Did
did?
No, I do not.
Oh, they're my
enjoy
favorite.
I love.
And
sweet
I love.
so
sweet
you could
potatoes.
sub in some beans for the sweet potato or you could sub in beans for the turkey too if you don't want it to be a meat turkey. You could have your beans and your sweet potato and have a vegetarian.
What do you think of subbing in that jackfruit?
You could try it. I've
I
never
think I
cooked
might
with it.
try that,
Yeah.
see what it's like.
And then I would just go with whatever volume you think a cooked ground turkey would be.
Okay.
Because it starts at a pound raw, but it usually
Mhm.
finishes probably, I would say 9 or 10 ounces.
Okay.
So-
I think I'm gonna try that and see
Yeah,
what it.
that'd be,
what it's
I'd
like.
be curious to see how that goes.
Mhm.
What properties does jackfruit have? That,
That's a great
like
question.
a
I'll let
shredded
you
meat
know.
When it's like a shredded meat when it's used. Like, so
Yeah.
it's used in a lot of vegan dishes because you can add like a barbecue sauce to it and it's like a barbecue pork.
Yeah. I bought a can of it once and literally never ate it. So I will
Sounds like
have
a good time to try it.
it might be a good time to try it. So I'll
Yeah.
let you know.
Yeah.
What is jackfruit?
It's a fruit.
It's a giant, it's
Giant,
like
looks like a
huge.
dinosaur egg. It's like
Yeah.
this big.
Really?
It's got a weird skin to it. And
Yep.
like, so if you
Yeah.
get it as a fruit, you have to cook it down. You cook it
Mhm.
to kind of, and I think you cook it for a while. But you can buy it in cans where it's already been cooked, I guess you could say. So it's usable. Like you can just shred it up and use it
Oh.
versus.
Yep, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you go.
green jackfruit and.
Beverly, what do you use that for?
She's laughing. Tell me about it. Is it good?
I have had a can of jackfruit for way past its before it expired. But I will tell you the reason why I bought it is because we went to a restaurant in downtown St. Louis and it was like a vegan restaurant and it was so good. Like they made these vegan tacos that were supposed to be like a pork style like taco and I don't eat pork. And they tasted like so good. I
So
mean,
you
they
guys
were
could use this in the crispy or the what is it? Crunchy, spicy, shredded pork tacos on Sunday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
actually gonna do chicken thighs.
I was
That's-
going to suggest that too for people who like this recipe will easily translate to chicken if that's what you have available too.
Yeah, and I figured chicken thighs because pork is generally really fatty, so I figured like, that would be the better route over the breasts because the breasts are usually not as fatty.
Right.
So
Yeah,
and then they would get drier and I didn't want to
Right.
have that just didn't sound appealing to me.
You don't like dry poultry?
No.
No.
much.
no.
I'm not into that. No.
Yeah, I can get that. Well,
Yeah.
good. So that's what we'll be having on Sunday. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put chicken in place of the turkey in the chili.
Okay. Are you gonna do like chicken cubes? Or are you gonna do ground chicken?
I have ground chicken.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
why I'm just gonna use that.
Yeah, that'll be just as good. I
Yeah.
really like the seasonings in that one. I think the combination is just really good. Like
Sounds good.
I actually have some in my freezer, so I don't know if I probably won't make it on Sunday with everybody because I still have some in my freezer that I need to eat because we make it all the time. But I was thinking of while you guys are making that, I might make a beans and rice.
Mm,
There's a couple of beans and rice recipes on the thing with similar flavor combinations. So I'll be
Uh-huh.
cooking still.
okay.
But yeah, it's like my favorite chili recipe. It's really good.
Yep. That's like one of our favorites too. And it's really quick and easy to make.
It is. Yeah.
If you're not like on top of it and you just have to throw something together. But on the beans and rice, like ever since the reset, like for a while, we continued to eat a lot of those meals for like months because we were still in shutdown and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like I was just in my own little land of reset world. And now like the kids are always like, now the youngest, because he's the only one that's usually here when our oldest doesn't. Anyway, this is being recorded, so I'm not going to finish what I was going to say there. Lily knows why, but so, but so I
Can
keep
you say
getting
that again in English, Beverly? I have no idea what you just said.
and rice. Like, can we have beans and rice? Can we have beans and rice? I'm like, no, we cannot have beans and rice. They're like, why?
That's funny.
Like, that's too many carbs.
I know. I love beans and rice now. I mean, I
Oh,
liked it
yeah.
before, but like I can live off of it right now.
Yeah. It's so good. We would do beans and rice, and then I would do the cauliflower tacos. The fixed
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
tacos. And
So
I would
good.
like I wouldn't have any like that's I mean, I would literally mix those together and
Yeah.
then put avocado on top. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that
bean-
sounds delicious.
The cauliflower fixate tacos and it's so good. But it's
She's
like
salivating.
it's like 3 carbs in one sitting right there at least.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like I just have to eat plants right now. That's all I'm focused on. I eat plants and then there's a lot of fat and there's a lot of carbs. And I mean, what's funny though, is I'm still only having 2 things of brown rice a day, two yellows. So I'm
Mhm.
not even up, because I think usually I'm on C, which is 3. So, or maybe that's B, I can't remember. But yeah, so I don't even think I'm having as much as I could, because my morning is all fruit and that's 3 and that's well within. I could probably go back to portion fix the way I'm eating right now. I'll have to look at it before Monday, because Monday it starts.
Yeah, that's hard. I didn't jump straight into portion fix. I mean, I ate reverse reset for quite some time
Yeah,
and
I am enjoying it.
yeah, and really it was when I started to feel like I needed more, like my workouts started to not be, the best. That was when I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I think I need to throw in some more protein. And Scott was saying the same thing because he was like, I think I just need more protein when I'm
Yeah.
lifting. As what were we doing? I can't remember.
It
What
would have been
workout-
10 rounds started at the shutdown.
Yeah, and then what came? I think we made it
MBF and MBFA.
Oh
I think
yeah, that would.
all the way to Control Freak. We were doing Control
Yeah.
Freak before we like transitioned and started to really add a lot of meat back in.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, so we went a long time.
Yeah. All right, you guys, well, I
Oh.
gotta jump off and go make some etouffee.
Reminder, hold on. Oh, we just had that. I made that for Scott's birthday.
It's so good.
Reminder.
Oh yes, tomorrow is green.
Aw.
Get your Grinchy hats
Love
on,
it.
or
Love
your-
it.
Your green Grinch
Love
outfit.
it.
My son let me borrow it. I'm like, I
Nice.
know he has Grinch stuff. I'm like, so I text him, I'm like, can you bring me? It's his favorite thing. Grinch is one of his favorite. So I'm like, can you bring me something Grinchy to wear tomorrow, please? I'm like, it could be a hat, it could be a shirt, whatever. Just bring me Grinch. He almost brought me his jacket, apparently.
Aw.
I just got green stuff. I don't have Grinchy stuff, but just green.
I'm probably gonna have Oregon stuff because it's also game day tomorrow. It's Pac-12
Oh.
championship. So
I
That'll
don't know
be
what
my
I'm
treat.
gonna
I
have.
see you didn't make it Blue Day.
Blue is not, well, it could be Hanukkah, I suppose, right?
Could be already,
could've-
yes.
We could have had a blue Friday.
Or blue white. I did
Yeah.
think about it. But then what did we say? The hat day?
holiday hat. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
any holiday, if you want
Mm-hmm.
Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever holiday you want to represent on the holiday hat day.
Yeah,
Or pretty
Yeah.
much any hat.
there you go. Hey, quick question before we leave. Where did you find that the Ultimate Reset's gonna be on sale in December?
I get an email as a diamond that tells me, but I don't know
Or
that
not.
it would be in the announcements, probably on the Beachbody Champions, on their header that they do, where they'll talk about the different things in the month, and it should be on there. It'll be the 3-day refresh and the Ultimate Reset. Both those packs will be on sale. But I
It's in the
noticed
back
that I
office
bought
as
job
well.
1, 3-day refresh was 25% off.
I got
when I
one.
bought job 1. So
The bars were almost 50% off.
yeah, like I was about to buy, and I'm like, no,
I bought
moving it up.
bars.
yeah.
I bought bars. I went ahead and I got my Recover and Energize, like my performance stack.
Yeah, that was
I got-
45% off.
Yeah, I got a second thing I got basically any of my supplements that I normally get in the month, I went ahead and just ordered. And
Yeah,
I bought it for like a one-time shipment and I paused everything for the month.
yeah,
Mm.
Cause it's like, don't do it any other way.
right? I know. And my bod renewed this month. So I had bod body in that challenge pack plus Shakeology. And it was,
Yeah,
it was
that was
so cheap.
that's a crazy deal.
Yeah.
That's such a great deal for new people or for people that their bod is renewing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is the
It's
best
the way to
deal
go.
ever. You're basically getting an entire bag of Shakeology and
For free.
everything for free.
Yeah.
Right.
You're paying like $20 for job one and getting Shakeology for free.
And I'm right. And I told one of my clients this because her bod was renewing and she was talking to me about job one and I'm like, okay, well, since your bod is renewing, you really just at the very least you need to get a total solution pack with Shakeology because then you're just getting a bag of Shakeology for free. But
Yeah.
she's doing the monthly body also. She actually bought a bike. And I'm like, so if you can do it, this would be even
Do
the
it.
better.
Yeah.
But she was like, well, can you get it without job one? I'm like, honestly, I'm pretty sure, and I'm saying this right. Job one, the sale on job one's packages are the same price as without.
Right. It should be. Yeah, it should be. Cause
Yeah.
it's usually like $20 off those. So it makes it the same price when you get bod and body back. Yeah. Should be.
That's what, yeah, because I can't see it now because now that I have it, since it's in that pre-launch phase, you
Yeah.
have logged in order to see the pricing.
Right.
So you can't see like what it will be without. And I'm
You
like,
might
okay,
be able to put in someone's email in a share cart and see it all there. You know what I mean? And then just not fulfill the share cart. You know, you can go in and play with it that way.
yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah,
I'm muted. That's what I did this afternoon when I was looking at it, because I was trying to, I mean, you can't send it to the person, but you can put it all in there, like you're going to send it to somebody and it basically has all the prices, everything listed out.
Yeah.
So,
well, but I mean, I think she'll have to go through and do one of those upgrades where she cancels her.
She will. Yeah. And so
her
that's what
stuff.
I did last night. I canceled and I used the upgrade button because I'd never done that before. I've only instructed people use it and I wanted to see what happened. And it
Yeah.
really is funny how it just cancels it without really saying, hey, I just canceled it because you said you wanted to upgrade, but I was prepared to do it. But yeah, so then it just took me to the screen to pick a challenge pack, but job one hadn't released yet. So then I just waited until, it released and then I went in and purchased.
Okay. And you didn't have to cancel your body, right?
I canceled both. It canceled
Mhm.
canceled both when I wanted a total solution pack, because if it's going to cancel bod, it has to
Okay.
cancel body.
Okay,
Right.
so when you press that button, it'll
No.
cancel.
Both things
it's
went.
supposed to, but it
Yeah.
doesn't always.
Both
Yeah.
things were canceled for me because
Lily-
I went back into my account to look and both things were zeroed out. And
Yeah,
it refunded me the $20
money.
for the body
Mhm.
that I paid for 2 weeks ago.
That's what it did for me as well.
Yeah. So my
Oh,
challenge pack was actually
that-
$20 cheaper.
That means it's working now, because when I tried to do it
Yeah.
a month ago, it was not working. And
Yeah.
mine's still messed up, but it's obviously working now if you were able
Yeah.
to do it. So that's.
Yeah,
good.
mine. That's why, I mean, I'm like, I don't know what happens. So I didn't tell any of my clients to do anything. I'm just like, I act as if this didn't happen. We gotta wait
Yeah.
until.
I usually just tell them to go in and just cancel.
So
versus-
did you hit the upgrade button or did you
I
cancel
did hit
it?
the upgrade button and it canceled it as soon as I hit it.
Okay,
Interesting.
well, that I'll tell her. I know she's waiting until the 10th. So,
Well, actually, I
she-
shouldn't say that. I hit the button and a window came up and it said, do you want to do a completion pack and keep your body?
Yeah, do you
or
want to
wanna do total
upgrade
solution?"
or do you
And
want to
when I hit
cancel?
total solution,
Yeah,
then it canceled everything.
yes.
Okay.
Correct. That's the
Okay.
bottom button.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I just put an instruction for the share cart of how the new look is that they put on one of the coach groups. That's really good too. So if you have a coach that needs to look at that, it's really good.
Yeah, it was actually really easy this afternoon when I put it together. It was super
Yeah.
easy to choose all the options. They totally
Yeah.
cleaned it up and made it really easy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
So, good night. I'll see you next week.
Bye, bye, Kathy. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye, Kathy.
Wear your green
And
tomorrow
Sunday.
and Sunday. Yeah, wear your green tomorrow. All
I
right.
have